Welcome to Anti-Chats Tarot. Welcome in Virgos. Let's get to your message here. Remember, not everything is meant for you. Not everything will resonate. Please take what helps you to help yourself and leave the rest. I'm getting something about basketball and something about price, or there's a cost to everything, something like that. Like there's always a price to be paid, something like that. Nine of Wands and the King of Pentacles, they're both in the reverse. This King of Pentacles in the reverse coming out all week long. Come now. All right, so that's usually energy that's, pretty volatile, not kind. The Hermit, something you're thinking about. And it's like you're telling yourself, yeah, this person is no longer going to do this to me. They're no longer going to drain me. Getting very grounded in your knowing of this. And remember, we started out with there's always a price to pay, some kind of energy like that. The Ace of Cups is out here. Oh, however... moment. Let me get a little further here because there's a little bit of a spin happening here. Let's see. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. This energy that's very volatile, critical, overly critical, very easy to anger when not getting their way, or not, things just not going the way they want, and it's precise. They can be even abusive. This is somebody who's brand new to you. And even in a, you're admiring them or you're in a love situation with them, but you're just not seeing the truth here yet. Yeah. They may be already draining to you, though. And I feel like some of you are making excuses like, well, their life is going through some rough patches. But Spirit is saying, here's what I hear. That may be true, but recognize your treatment. Like zero in and focus only on your treatment, not the causes of why this is. Because someone who, truly loves and cares about you, regardless of what they're going through, will still love and, their disposition, their actions would be very loving and kind still, okay? Four of Cups is out here now, Six of Wands, Four of Cups is in the reverse. Or this could be a nod to this person will get very draining very fast, so go at a slower pace. The Magician in the reverse and the Hangman. Yeah, see this from all angles. I think you're just seeing like the newlywed period where someone wants you to just see the best in them, Your victory here has something to do with being seen, coming out from the shadows. But I think this person would rather keep you as their own little gift, okay? So really analyze all the angles here. You don't know this person that well is something else. I also feel like their heart is based on finances. Their heart is based and works in finance, money. The beat is for the money. The beat is for the recognition. The beat is for achievements. I'm not really seeing the beat is for love so much or for other people. Seven of Swords and the Lovers. Yeah, they could be, kind of harsh. And, there's something here where you're saying, oh, but they grew up in a harsh environment. Yeah, okay, I understand that. I understand why you think, okay, this is where this is coming from. But Spirit's saying, more importantly, be looking at how they treat you. There's an imbalance here that you're going to catch on to if you look. There's an enlightenment that comes to you if you settle your mind and really look at this closely. Yeah, because there is a sense of liberating yourself from this toxicity. This will become very toxic, I feel, and it hasn't yet. It's in the newlywed phase. Knight of Pentacles. Once you see it, everything's going to become really clear, and it's going to move fast, like where you're going to see it everywhere. Why did I miss this? Yeah, we can miss things, that's for sure. Also, you're a very busy worker. You know, you do a lot for others, and I feel like you're a hard worker. And something about that, your connections or what you can provide them in the way of holding down the fort, yeah, they recognize your hard work. Eight of Swords. They might even be telling you they're a hard worker also, but you just don't know them well enough to know that. What's the Eight of Swords here? To know that for a fact. Eight of Swords out here is Five of Wands. There's going to be some concern with how controlling they are and what they want, you know, how they want you to dress or how they want you to do your hair, or, you know, if you can have tattoos. I mean, this type of stuff, come on. There will be, or they've treated other people like that, or they treat, you know, their adult children this way. It's something that's going to be a conflict. Either you see this behavior or you experience it directly from them. Yeah, you're a beaut. You're a beauty with Queen of Wands, the Moon in the reverse. But you're also, yeah, just coming to terms with how great looking you are, or how sought after you are, or, you know, maybe you're new on the market and you just don't realize how many other people are interested in you, or how many people are taken with you. Let's put it that way. A lot of people taken with you, but it's going to become very obvious. And Spirit wants you to know this. Be aware of others who are also interested in you. Just don't focus solely on this King of Pentacles in the reverse. In a relationship, just solely that relationship. But do focus in on how is your treatment from them. The Three of Swords. I feel like eventually you will recognize that you're going to have to recover from this King of Pentacles in the reverse, because of something that they do that, you know, just doesn't resonate with you. Yeah, it's liberating. Again, liberate yourself from the toxicity. This person will become very competitive with you and your time, and something about how you look and how you go out, or who you go out with. You know, not good energy. Not good energy here. This is a new love interest. More specifics here, Spirit. Anything more specific here? There's always a price to pay. Remember, we started out with that. There's always a price to pay. Maybe this person is great looking. You're you're hella attracted to them. They seem like a heck of a person. You know, everybody's telling you so. But people can be different behind the scenes, and people can be different with other people. You know, certainly you're going to see a different side to someone when they're a friend as opposed to a romantic partner. The Eight of Pentacles is out here, and the Death in the reverse. Part of their problem right now is that they don't have work going the way that they normally do, and they do not have success like they normally do. So they are on edge anyway. But Spirit says, yes, recognize that. And, you know, I feel like you're giving them a lot of leeway because they've explained this to you, and maybe even said, this is why I'm on edge a lot. And, you know, it stands to reason. However, Spirit's saying this is not necessarily just why, okay? Their current circumstances are not just exactly the whole reason why they act this way, that they are this way. I think somebody else is coming towards you. Yeah, other people are very attracted to you. You have a lot of other options with the Knight of Cups here, Page of Wands. There are going to be other people. Just know there are other people that are going to be just as exciting to you and more suited to you. You know, that will really embrace the true you. And I think you're a little eccentric, and I think you're a little quirky. And this person will or has made comments about not liking that about you, but that's kind of your essence. So I feel like new comes in here that's just as interested in you, but much more loving, much more sincere, and likes your quirky, likes who you are. Ace of Swords isn't, about ready to change you. Now this Ace of Swords is in the reverse. Be clear on your happiness and what you want in a relationship. Two of Wands, and I'm feeling like once you get clear on that, you're going to see this person, this King of Pentacles in the reverse, does not fit that mood. Male or female, no gender in tarot, but that energy does not fit the mode of what you're wanting in a relationship. Yeah. Yeah. The Sun in the reverse, this talks about not being enlightened, not being happy. Yeah, get enlightened here. And take some time to really think this person through. If there's someone that you really, 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 really like, because there are different sides to them you're not seeing. You're getting an inkling, though. You're seeing some of the signs. You're just thinking it's all chalked up to a rough patch in their life. But I feel like Spirit's saying, in this energy here, in particular that I'm looking at, there's more to it than that. And recognize that other people are interested in you as well. Justice. It's an injustice for you to be unhappy, of course. Yeah. Advice I feel is just know there are other people out there that are very interested, and you don't need to move this along fast. Take the time that is needed here to really see it clearly. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, because this tells me that someone is trying to move this along quickly. They want a short path to you and wrapping this up, making it a done deal. Yeah, look for the messages. Birds coming out here. Bird symbol. Look for the messages coming in instinctively. There's always a price to pay. That's how we started out. Something about basketball, too. Something about a junior. Is there a junior that you're dealing with? Is this person a junior? And also something about courts. Like, do you spend a lot of time on the courts? Different courts, sporting courts, or some sort of court? Loyal heart. What's the loyal heart, Spirit? I feel like this is energy coming in. And also more of the ask yourself what that means to you. What is a loyal heart to you? What does a relationship look like? See how the owls mirror each other, but there's wisdom here, and there's respect, and there's a commonality, and see how they form almost a perfect heart just by existing. They perfectly complement each other, yet they are different. Royalty, their crown. They feel comfortable wearing their crown. They feel comfortable in their own skin. They allow each other to be their own true self. Higher power, these types of things, be thinking about. Yeah, and wait for the higher power to bring in your true match. By the book. That's kind of this energy of the King of Pentacles in the reverse. They're very, rigid. Because they're in the reverse. This is where I get this energy. There's a rigidity to them. And also I'm hearing do as I say, not as I do. So they have different rules for you than they have for themselves, kind of hypocritical there. Tick-tock. And don't worry about the timing here. Wait for the right connection. Don't worry about it hasn't come in and I'm, expecting it at a certain time in my life. Don't worry about that stuff. Is the message I see. New life, yeah, but you know what that means to you. You know what that looks like. Come to the edge and get ready for it. Get ready for it. 36 is out here, 39, 30, 35. Ooh, in the 30s. 4, 11. 10:07 might be a time that's important to you. 10:07, never-ending story. I feel like this is you being hard on yourself and saying, I got to get something in this area going, in the area of love, in the area of romance, in the area of, starting out life with a partner or starting again with a partner. There's something about timing here. There's something about being too hard on yourself. And there's something really big right now coming in that's very clear to me. And it is that you take on a lot of the responsibilities. That's that hard worker we saw in the charm. You take on a lot of, if things aren't going well in a relationship, oh, that's me. Oh, I messed that up. Oh, yeah, you're right. And that partner is, that King of Pentacles in the reverse in particular is right there saying, yeah, it is you. And it's not you. Spirit is saying, no, once you get with the right people who appreciate you and appreciate you in full, you're going to see how freeing a relationship can be. It's not about the blame game, and it's not about, I didn't show up, or I didn't do this, or I didn't, and rather, so glad you're here. I love just everything that is blossoming here, and, the more I see about you, the more I appreciate. For sure, it's not the blame game. If things aren't going well, it's not, oh, I really messed that up. And then someone agreeing with you. There are two people in a relationship. So you're taking on too much, and also you're letting the blame eat away at you and race through your mind. This is why this didn't work out. Consider this too. This is a lot of ego saying, I somehow had so much control over this that I'm solely at fault. So drop that ego base, and definitely drop being so hard on yourself and say, hey, there are two people in this relationship, or whatever the situationship happens to be, and all persons equally at fault here, or this just isn't meant to be because it doesn't work. It doesn't flow naturally. This is a message from the universe that this isn't working for a reason, okay? It's because it's not supposed to be. Yeah. Let's pull one more charm here. Draw another charm. And this is the double dolphin. So this is following happiness, going with the flow. And this is also in doing so, in doing what you enjoy, in doing life as you choose to do it. You will run into others who are doing life that's very similarly. And that this is meeting your person and ultra happiness with that person. Not fitting yourself into a situation, but living life the way you like to live it, and in the process running into others who do the same, okay? And just natural commonality and serendipitous things happening, things coming together because they should. And I think what you've experienced is, as I mentioned, things not coming together and then placing blame on yourself, taking too much of the blame, or thinking I can make this work, when in reality the message is this isn't supposed to work, okay? It's not coming together for a reason. Yeah, once you start feeling with somebody, good advice here, coming in. Once you start feeling very comfortable with somebody and things just naturally flow, okay, and you feel like you're on the right path with them, then that's the person to really look at seriously and think, longer term. But again, take your time. There's no rush. There's never any rush. Again, we see that with the TikTok. Make wise choices, not fast choices. And if anybody's making fast choices, ask yourself why. Okay? That's your message, Virgo. I hope it's been helpful. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment. I love the comments. I love the interaction. I read all the comments. Liking and sharing and subscribing helps the channel to grow. Until next time, let's remember who we are and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.